It's a beautiful summer day in Tucson, Arizona. Off 22nd Street at the Catalunya apartment complex inside Unit D92 lives the Tamarit family. It's breakfast time and everyone is in the kitchen.
Wow.
The Tamarits are from Ethiopia and eat traditional Ethiopian food.
Yes, please.
Little Arssema Tamarit goes back to her room. Her mother, Sada Ahmad, follows close behind. Both of Arssema's parents speak Amharic, a native language in Ethiopia, and require a translator.
So I'm constantly watching her here in the house. Abby, come on.
At 3 years old, Arssema cannot communicate or say any purposeful words in order to indicate her needs or wants.
Except Mama, Baba, she doesn't say much. And sometimes she says stuff that I don't understand.
Which is why Sada has to guess what her daughter needs, like if she's hungry.
Yeah. She wants to eat, I have to feed her. Everything that she needs, I have to provide.
Arssema is a ball of energy and can only focus on eating for a few minutes before she's ready to play.
Arssema, look.
Her mother tries to engage her with a toy. But Arssema quickly loses interest.
She doesn't stay with a toy that long. She would just grab it, look at it for a sec or so, and then just throw it away and move into something else.
Musi, Arssema's 5-year-old brother, likes to play with her as well. He loves his sister and kisses her on the cheek. Yet Arssema is ready to get moving again. Physically, Arssema is able to get around like most 3-year-olds. However, unlike children her age, when walking around her home, Arssema will pick up whatever she sees on the floor and put it in her mouth.
And everything for her, she puts it in her mouth. This house is cleaned 3-4 times a day to make sure that everything is so that she wouldn't choke.
Which is why Arssema cannot be left alone for even a minute, and her parents take turns watching her.
Watching her 24/7, every minute is our job.
Yet even when Arssema's parents are watching, Arssema will suddenly get upset and hit her head against the wall.
If she gets mad or frustrated or something, she's just gonna bang her head against the wall or something. So I have to make sure that I'm always there so that she would not hurt herself.
Very difficult.
It has created a lot of stress for the family.
We can't enjoy anything. We're trying to protect her from doing something to herself or not doing anything to others. And I'm constantly thinking, what now? What is going to happen?
Yet what upsets the Tamarit family the most is knowing Arssema didn't have to be this way. In fact, Arssema wouldn't have been this way if she hadn't suffered an hypoxic ischemic brain injury during labor and delivery. On June 5, 2015 at 1:48 p.m., when Arssema was just 5 days old, she had an MRI of her brain. The indication for the MRI was difficult labor with a concern for hypoxic ischemic injury. The results of the MRI reveal a hypoxic ischemic injury with a partial prolonged and acute profound pattern of injury. A partial prolonged injury results from inadequate blood flow and oxygen delivery to the brain. An acute profound injury of the brain results from an acute near total disruption of blood and oxygen to the brain. These findings are consistent with how perinatologist Dr. Mark Landon, MD, describes the fetal monitoring strip. Based upon the timing of the pattern of injury, as well as laboratory data and meeting the cooling criteria, it is undisputed that this injury occurred during labor and delivery, consistent with Dr. Landon's opinion. According to physical medicine and rehabilitation specialist Dr. Judith Gooch, MD, Arssema's brain injury has affected her in many areas of her life, including her inability to communicate.
Typically, by age 3, kids are able to speak in sentences, even in paragraphs. They're able to understand much of what you say to them. But Arssema can't understand even the most basic of commands or questions.
Life care planner Helen Woodard put together a life care plan for Arssema, which outlines all of her needs for the rest of her life. This includes speech therapy to improve her ability to communicate her basic wants and needs.
With speech therapy, she would be able to do some basic communication. She'll be able to point to an object that she wants. She'll be able to indicate when she's hungry. That's why she needs speech therapy.
Physically, Arssema has clear deficits with gross motor skills. You can see she struggles to be able to put one foot in front of the other to walk down the stairs on her own. Arssema also has deficits with her fine motor skills. She is still in diapers because she doesn't understand toilet training and is totally dependent on her mother to dress her.
And these are processing difficulties related to her brain injury. People with severe brain injury can't process enough to be able to complete these tasks.
Which is why the Life Care Plan showcases the need for occupational therapy, which Arssema needs in order to address basic self-care skills.
Arssema would really benefit from occupational therapy. She would be able to learn how to do self-feeding. She would also be able to do some of her self-cares, helping with dressing, helping with undressing.
Arssema not only needs full assistance in everyday living, but her parents have to watch her closely because she gets frustrated quickly and will bang her head against the wall.
For us, it's a constant, non-stop worry.
When she hits her head with her hands or when she bangs her head on objects, this is severe agitation related to her brain injury.
Arssema has a special helmet to protect her head, but she doesn't wear it for long and eventually throws it.
Arssema's throwing things is a sign of irritability and agitation, and these are things that are caused by injury to the frontal lobes of the brain and very common with injury to that part of the brain.
Sada carries Arssema around on her back, which relaxes Arssema.
I'm constantly trying to calm her down because she is always getting frustrated.
Arssema has severe behavioral problems. She's irritable, she's agitated, bangs her head, she throws things, she chews on things. Applied behavioral analysis therapy would be a great benefit to her to help her to calm down and to help her family to not be so stressed all the time.
Arssema's Life Care Plan provides for applied behavior analysis therapy, a child psychiatrist, as well as an adult psychiatrist from age 18 through life. Arssema also has no safety awareness. Her father modified much of the house to keep Arssema safe, including in the kitchen.
All knife, everything just put over there.
In the living room, he put up a large plastic gate around the television set.
I put that to protect her from getting hurt by the TV or knocking something on herself.
And because Arssema often tries to open the front door on her own, her father also installed a high lock.
See here, this one very simple. Just more this locker here. I get this one.
Well, if she opens the door and gets out, we are on the second floor and she can fall on the stairs. There's nothing that she understands. She doesn't know. She does not grasp anything.
Because of her brain injury, Arssema lacks judgment. She has no safety awareness, she has no impulse control, and she could be easily injured. She needs supervision constantly to keep her safe.
Given the severity of Arssema's cognitive, communication, and behavioral deficits, she will be unable to live an independent life, which is why the Life Care Plan provides for ongoing supervision 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to meet her basic needs and assure her safety. It's exhausting for both Makrea and Sada to care for their daughter. It has even affected Sada's health because she is constantly having to lift and carry her daughter to keep her calm.
I feel pain on my shoulders and my back, and also I get headaches. This has created a stress in our lives as a family.
Because Sada and Makrea also don't have the opportunity to spend as much time with their 5-year-old son Musi as they would like.
It's just really affecting our normal functioning and even affecting Musi, that because we're totally focused on her, oh, what's going to happen to her, what's going to happen today.
The family also worries about the future.
Right now, she's a small child. We can take care of her. We can provide help for her. She grows up, it's going to be very difficult. There are things that she needs to do for herself, and it really worries me.
Because both Sada and Makrea know that Arssema's life could have been so much different.
Now we are left with a permanent problem that we have to deal for the rest of our life, and that's very sad.
But as you can see, they love their daughter and want the best for her.
It's not only that I love her, it's about how I make sure that she has a better future. Whatever it takes to do that, I'm gonna do it.